Is this thing on? Hello? Is this 6 Feet Apart Productions?
Hello and happy holidays from 6 Feet Apart Productions. Good wishes, good cheer for whatever way you celebrate and indulge this time of year.
Hi everyone, it's Linda Yemoto from Oakland, California. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, as my Japanese grandmother used to say.
Merry Christmas to everybody, which is what we say in the UK, because we don't have holidays, we have Christmas, because we were forced into it by lovely King Henry VIII, who just founded the Church of England and then forced everybody to go along with it. Otherwise, your head would be chopped off like some of his wives. So Merry Christmas to you all.
Well, we certainly wouldn't want you to lose your head, Claire, around this time of year, which, by the way, you have Christmas and you have New Year's, of course, but don't you have some other random holiday that's thrown in there for good measure?
Yeah, we have Boxing Day, which is the 26th of December, the day after Christmas.
Well, what Boxing Day, what is that all about? Do you fight with your relatives? Because that'd be Boxing Day to me.
Yeah, we often do that too, because we do get a little bit drunk on Christmas Day. But no, Boxing Day traditionally is when the upper class, those upstairs, would box up food and presents and give it to the downstairs, and they would be in boxes. So it's like a way of giving to charity. But obviously most people just know it as Boxing Day, which is another day off, and then we just slob around all day. In our family, we don't get out of our PJs, and we just eat leftover turkey, which we do for the next 4 weeks.
So you've completely lost track of the charitable part of that whole Boxing Day thing, is what I'm
charity
hearing.
To myself, really. That's what I think.
Okay. So you've taken Christmas, you've taken New Year's, and you've got thrown in an extra holiday so you can take the whole entire week off, because, Christmas, New Year's Day, those are holidays, and then you throw in another one. So why even bother going to work for those 1 or 2 days, right?
Totally. I remember being absolutely horrified when I was working a job over here, when they only got given 1 day off for Christmas and they all had to go and work on Boxing Day. It's like, well, that's sacrilege. That's my day off. So I always took it off. And in England, people take off the entire fortnight that encompasses Christmas and New Year, and all manufacturing shuts down. And most people, unless you have to go in for retail or something, everyone shuts down. Everyone has the whole week off, or 2 weeks, or however long as you can.
I think it's because you drink too much and it takes you that long. You need a fortnight, which, by the way, I believe is 2 weeks for those that don't speak Claire. You need 2 weeks to sober up and recover from all those days, and including Boxing Day, which, we do celebrate the day after Christmas, Boxing Day of sorts. And that is the day that we box up everything that we want to return. So that's our Boxing Day.
Hello?
Hello, darlings. This is Calvin Cato here. I'm here to say thank you so much to Claire and Regina, and thank you so much to 6 Feet Apart Productions for putting on such lovely, ribald, and raucous stories. And I just want to say Happy Christmas, Happy Boxing Day, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, all of the happies.
Yeah, well, it's been quite a year for us, hasn't it? We've had 7 open mics. We had our Stellar Slam, which was all the people that won last year. We've done about 15 curated shows. We've done a festival. We've done weird and wonderful shows like drag queens, to traditional stories, to loads of personal stories. And then, because we can't make a mind up, we had one with both. We've had stories that were all funny, stories that were all rude. We've had Black Lives Matter stories. I mean, you name it. We just get a little bit bored and we keep coming up with new stuff to entertain ourselves.
Yeah. And with all that, we have had over 75 different people tell stories on our virtual stage. And throughout the year, we've had over 600 people who've joined us in the audience and enjoyed all of those tellers.
Hello?
Happy holidays to everyone, and to 6 Feet Apart Productions, who kept us heart to heart, though we were 6 feet apart.
Thank you to everybody who's either told a story or listened to a story. If you actually are feeling a little bit generous, and if Scrooge hasn't visited your house yet, then do feel free to chuck a couple of coppers our way and we'll put up our Patreon and our PayPal. Oh, when I say coppers, of course, I don't mean policemen. I mean actual coinage. But no, we're just grateful for your support. Thank you.
So Claire, have you started getting in the Christmas spirit yet?
Well, no, actually, because I haven't had any mulled wine or mince pies. And that's how I know that it's Christmas.
Okay, well, mulled wine, I kind of know what that is, but minced, is that like a minced meat pie?
No. Mince pies are sweet. They're about the size of a cupcake. There's pastry on the bottom and pastry on the top. And then they're filled with like a mystery fruit ingredient in a bit of a sauce. I don't know, really.
Well, it sounds really delicious. Absolutely. We don't have that. We don't have the mulled wine and the mince pies in the shops. Over here, it's really not Christmas until the Christmas decorations goes up, which is usually shortly after the back to school sales end in about mid-September.
Greetings, I'm Charlotte Blick Alston, sitting here with 2 ornaments from my ornament tree, a tree that I purchased to house ornaments that were given to me by a parent of a kindergartner back in 1981. She continued to give me an ornament every year of her school life through college and beyond. There's a story to each one. Thank you so much for being a very precious, treasured ornament in the 6 Feet Apart storytelling tree. Thanks for supporting us in 2021. Hope to see you on the other side of 2022. Have a blessed holiday.
Claire, what's a typical December 25th like in Britain? What do you do?
Well, nothing really happens until the Queen's speech, I suppose. You do Christmas presents in the morning, but the main Christmas meal doesn't happen until after the Queen's speech. And she comes on live on television at 3:00. So you prepare it all, and after 3:00, you can have your food. And obviously, if you've got somebody who's been in the house who's been born, in the 40s or earlier, then you have to stand, because they insist that you stand when the national anthem comes on. And sometimes you have to stand for the full 5 minutes of her speech, facing the television or even the radio.
Well, you've got to give the Queen her respect, just for nothing else than living this long and living through Charles and Diana. Well, we don't really have that same thing here, other than, I guess, a football game when they do the national anthem. And we stand up and then we walk to the fridge and get a beer. So it's kind of like the Queen's speech.
Apart from beer and sport, what's your traditional Christmas day like? What sort of food do you have?
Well, we have a lovely prime rib and some garlic mashed potatoes and a vegetable of sorts, and then followed by probably pie, maybe pumpkin, who knows? Definitely not a minced pie, I'm sure. But I don't think there's a traditional Christmas meal. I think every family has their own traditional meal.
All right, I'm going to assume it's recording.
Yeah, I've noticed that in America that you don't. Whereas in England, it's very traditional. We all have turkey. You can't find them for love nor money in the shops. So we have turkey with all the trimmings, which is turkey and bacon and chipolatas and bread sauce and sprouts boiled within an inch of their life, and then Yorkshire pudding and Christmas pudding. So yeah, that's how we do it.
Okay. So I got to unpack that just a little bit, Claire. What is the chipolatas? What is that?
Oh, they're sausages, chipolata sausages. So that's like a breakfast sausage over here. So we call them chipolatas.
Unlike chips that are really French fries. Okay, got that. Bread pudding. What's bread pudding? Yeah, is it bread sauce? Bread sauce. What's bread sauce?
Well, it's sauce made from bread. The clue's really in the name.
Right. Okay. Well, that sounds delicious and gelatinous. And then you have Yorkshire pudding and you have Christmas pudding, which seems like an awful lot of dessert puddings.
No, Yorkshire pudding is not a dessert. That is actually more like a starter. In the old days, it was used as a starter to fill people up. I think you might call them popovers here or something ridiculous, but it's made from flour and eggs and milk, and it's roasted in the oven, and it normally comes in a cup when you put gravy in it. And it used to be used as a starter to fill people up because they couldn't afford the meat, so you had less meat. But we have them with the main course, and then Christmas pudding is dessert.
Right. Okay. So Yorkshire pudding sounds like nothing that I would want to go near, but tell me a little bit more about the Christmas pudding, because if that's dessert, I might be interested.
No, Christmas pudding. Yeah, so that's quite a complicated thing to make. It's made of all sorts of dried fruits and suet and various different things. And it takes quite a long time. You have to start making it quite a long time ago. And you pack it all in and you make it into little bowls. And then it's wrapped in muslin, and then has soaked in brandy, quite other liquor, but mostly brandy. And then that's kept for months and months. And then you go back in and put more brandy in it. And then it's boiled in this like muslin bag. And then it's kept in more brandy. And then on the day, it's then turned upside down. So it's more like a dome shape. And you put more brandy over it. And then you light the brandy. And it normally has like a holly leaf in the top. And then it flames.
Hello?
God, that seems like a lot of work. When did you start making yours?
Yeah, well, no, obviously I don't make it. Most people don't make it. I just buy mine off the internet and then boil it and microwave it in 2 minutes flat.
So in other words, you can make your Christmas pudding in less time than it took for you to tell us all about Christmas.
Exactly.
Hi, my name is Simon Brooks, and I'm a storyteller and huge fan of 6 Feet Apart Productions and all that they do. And I want to wish you the very best for the holidays. In case you're wondering if I'm a fellow Brit, I don't know. There's a couple of clues here and there. How many British things do I have in the background? Happy holidays. Be well.
Oh, I forgot to say, and also don't forget, we've all, at every Christmas dinner, you've got to have Christmas crackers.
Well, it seems like you already have enough food. Why do you need crackers?
Yeah, no, Christmas crackers, these.
Well, those are poppers.
No, they're not, they're crackers.
These are crackers. These are crackers in America, okay? This is what crackers are. Regular
No,
crackers.
these are crackers.
These are crackers. Gluten-free if, it's California.
We have a funny story about this, actually, where we normally always pull them at the beginning of the meal. And then and inside they pop, and inside is like a paper crown and a silly toy and a joke. And we were all sitting around a few years ago, and I bought really expensive crackers, and we hadn't pulled the crackers, and we'd all served our food. And I was like, oh, no, wait, we've got to pull the crackers. So we all stand up, cross our arms, pull them. And what I didn't realize was my really expensive crackers were completely covered in glitter, which didn't stay on the cracker and rained down on our Christmas dinner like confetti at a wedding, rendering all of it inedible. And my son jumps up, insists he's got a glitter phobia, storms off to his bedroom, and we don't see him for the rest of the day.
Which is why you should really just eat some crackers.
Yes, I make sure I buy them without glitter these days.
Yes.
The producers asked me if I'd like to say a few words for everyone for Christmas. So I figured while I'm waiting for my black pudding to fry, I'd like to thank everyone for supporting 6 Feet Apart Productions and wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. So that's how our disastrous Christmas ended one year. How about you? Have you had any Christmas disasters?
Yeah, we did have one very disastrous and memorable Christmas, and it started actually a day or two before Christmas with my 5-year-old son. He was sick, right? He had a fever, he's throwing up, and then the next thing I know, his younger brother has it, and it's getting closer to Christmas, by the way. And now it's Christmas Eve, and now Diane is sick. Okay. And we have a 6-month-old baby, and we didn't want the baby to get sick. So I left the house with the baby in the car seat. I'm driving around town trying to decide what I'm going to do. So I call a friend and say, can I bring the baby over for a day or two? Because I don't know, we don't want him to get sick. There's like a plague going around. And they're like, sure, bring him over. So I bring the baby over. I go back home, come to find out my friends get sick because apparently the baby was the carrier of the plague. He never got the plague. He was just a carrier. And it ended up that everyone got sick, including Diane's parents. No one could eat any of the lovely food. And I have many pictures of my children laying on the couch, trying to hold their presents and their trains and look happy. And it was fairly disastrous. And it all started with the baby, much like Christmas.
Oh my goodness, that sounds awful. I had something very similar happen to me one year. I just had my daughter. She was a month old. And on Christmas Day, I was normally the one doing cooking because my older sister can barely boil an egg. In fact, she normally explodes an egg if she ever boils an egg. So I do the Christmas. And that year I was feeling really lousy. It's like I had flu or something. And my sister is not blessed with empathy and was getting quite cross with me and telling me I was being pathetic. And at one point I had to go upstairs, and my younger sister, who's lovely, who's a Buddhist nun, came and looked after me. And so we left Sue, my older sister, in charge of making sure the potatoes and everything were fine and the vegetables, because the turkey was in the oven. And then about 3 o'clock, after the Queen's speech, said, cool, come on then, come downstairs. We're all ready. All the vegetables are ready. We serve everything up. We go to carve the turkey, and it's completely red inside and bleeding, because when the buzzer went off to tell her to do something, she'd actually turned the oven off. So it was completely raw. So all the vegetables had to go onto the side. We had to put the turkey back in the oven for another X number of hours. I was feeling so ill by that point. And we found out later that I had actually had mastitis, which is some awful, horrible thing you get sometimes when you're breastfeeding. You get an infection, but you still have to breastfeed. And it was like daggers going into my boob every time she breastfed. So I was crying. We had no food. It was just awful. Yeah. So that was my one Christmas.
And, it all started with the baby.
It all started with the bloody baby. Yes.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Jessica Robinson with Better Said Than Done, and I was asked to leave a message for Claire and Regina and Mark for 6 Feet Apart Productions. They wanted me to say happy holidays or season's greetings or something like that. So anyway, happy holidays and season's greetings.
Well, Claire, apart from gelatinous Christmas pudding and glitter covered food, is there anything else that you really miss about Christmas here in America versus England?
Well, obviously, I really miss my family. But the other thing I miss, and I can't believe I'm saying this, are the Christmas carolers. Now, I haven't really heard that over here, but in England, in December, like the 12 days of Christmas, in the build up to Christmas, you get people ringing your doorbell, sometimes every night or sometimes 3 times a night. And there's groups of people, some of them are well-meaning, like the Rotary Club or something, collecting money for charity. And sometimes it's just teenagers earning some extra pocket money. And they sing Christmas carols to you. And sometimes it's pretty awful because they can't sing. And so, they're up there collecting things. And, it gets to the point where you want to turn off all your lights and hide behind the sofa at some point.
Sounds like Halloween, only with singing. You've managed to combine two holidays again. Good on you. You guys are very efficient. But so do you go caroling? Let's hear it.
Well, as some of you know, I have got the worst voice. So if I was ever going to go carol singing, nobody would ever open the front door and give us money. They'd probably pay us to go away, or they might pay us to go away. They might just throw stuff at us, like rotten eggs or something.
Well, come on. How bad can it be, Claire? Give us a
seriously,
go.
It can be bad. Let me show you. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride.
I gotta get. I'm gonna get. What's your Venmo? Because I gotta shut you up. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, give me money.
Oh my
In fact, maybe that's it. You have to give us money, else I'm going to keep singing.
Please help us.
Hey everybody, I am traveling through Maryland. I'm on the road doing real gigs with real people in the room. I can't believe it. Phenomenal. And I wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate, however it is you celebrate. I wish you great joy, peace, and prosperity, and a Happy New Year. And Claire from 6 Feet Apart Productions asked me to sing a little Christmas tune, just a snippet. And so here it goes. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright. And may all your Christmases be white.
So you've heard a lot about me and my British traditions, but I haven't heard you talk so much about your American traditions. Do you have any others?
Well, I think families have traditions in the United States, but as a country, I don't know that we have, one tradition like mulled wine and mince pie. We're a very diverse country, and really, when we kicked you lot out in 1776, we told you to take your Christmas pudding, your mince pie, and all your old dried fruit with you, so we could start with a clean slate.
Especially happy holidays and seasons greetings to all of you SFAP people, all of you fans out there, because you are what really keep SFAP going. And obviously it's not Claire who's doing it. We all know that, but Regina and Mark are very helpful, and they put on a good show. And hopefully you have a great rest of 2021. And if we all make it, let's hope, fingers crossed, to 2022. Let's hope it's even better. So happy New Year, 6 Feet Apart Productions. Have a great new year and a great rest of this year.
So that's enough from us and our weird British traditions. We just want to thank everybody for watching. We thank you for supporting us all year. A huge shout out to our fantastic patrons. If you want to become a patron or find out more, then go to the link. And just want to quote, or badly quote, Tiny Tim from Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. God bless you, everyone.
And by God, we mean whatever deity it is that you subscribe to or don't. We just wish that you have a healthy, a love-filled, and a peaceful holiday season. Thanks from both of us and all of us and our tech guru, Frosty the Snowman, everyone at 6 Feet Apart Productions. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wishing you all a happy and healthy new year.
Hello?
6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. It's the newest thing to do. Stay 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. The distance between me and you. 6 feet apart, 6 feet apart. And when I say I'll keep you very close to my heart, it's purely metaphorical. These times are quite historical. So step aside, let's live our lives 6 feet apart.